Hello everyone. It's very, very hot today. I think we got a max of 24 degrees today. Right, that's bloody hot today, isn't it, guys? How are you doing? Are you able to survive the heat? Um, it's a very warm day, definitely. So I hope everyone is keeping hydrated. Now, I gather after Gaz's live stream yesterday, some of you was donating money to him. Sort of peeved me off a bit, really, because it was like, well, don't remember Gaz ever donating when I had my heroin attack. He seems to get a lot on his pond by himself. Hello to everyone who's coming on. Hope you're having a good day. It's taking the week off to enjoy the nice weather. It's certainly hard work doing stuff on a pond and building it when it's bloody hot, isn't it? But as us typical Brits complain whether it's hot or cold, don't we? Um, so I've basically shaped out the sleeper pond a bit so you get a good idea of the size. Now, some people have said maybe I should remove the shelf, maybe just make it bigger. But then I've got my plants, that'll go in there, and it's like a little area you could possibly, put your feet in and just enjoy the nice warm water when it's quite warm. So, you know, I don't know if any of you have actually considered buying or investing in a swim pond, a massive pond that you can actually swim in. And you could obviously swim with your fish. Now, these ponds are massive and cost a lot of money to build. I know Aquascape are throwing some prices around of £60,000, and their argument is you could have a nice pond in your garden that you can swim in instead of buying a fancy car. I've always disputed the costs they actually throw out there, and I always believe that you could actually build your own swim pond for about a quarter of what they claim. Because you can go to a quarry and buy your rocks. You can buy a big liner. You can get some labourers. You can hire some vehicles to move the massive rocks. You can build your own waterfall. You could potentially invest in some aquascape products, such as a skimmer box, the Signature 1000, and other products that they sell, such as their Bioforce 1000. That's about another £1,000. But I still believe you could build your own waterfall combined swim pond probably for about between 15 and £20,000. But we're talking about a massive pond, that you can swim in and enjoy. Um, so I don't know what you guys think about swim ponds, if that's something you would enjoy. But if you build your pond big enough, then nothing to stop you taking a dip in your pond with your fish. So without further ado, let me show you what I've been up to. So here is the outline of the pond. This is pretty much what you're going to expect when it's finished. Um, so we've obviously got this sort of shelf that runs along there, and it's going to be three sleepers high, as I've said, as you can see here, three sleepers. I did a community post showing two photographs, but I thought I'd just show you closer up. So essentially, that's the pond. Hi mate, life around the koi pond. Just one thing I'll say about your pond is it's magnificent, a fantastic pond. You should be so proud with the pond you've created. Not everyone gets credit for building a great pond, but what I will say, life around the pond, your your pond is absolutely fantastic, and so is that rabbit of yours. So yeah, I just thought I'd show you what I'm up to in here. If I just swing the camera around again. So we've got these grey fittings that are designed for pressure pipe. So what I've been doing is I've been drilling these holes out a bit with this fantastic bit you can get for drilling out sleeper holes. This is great, and it's fantastic for drilling out massive holes. Instead of using a hole saw, this does the job far better. Creates more mess, granted, but it's just so much easier to use. So I've been drilling out the holes. So I drilled this hole out here. That's where we're going to put our pump. Filled that with expanding foam, filled that in. This one, I've just drilled it out a bit. This is going to be our overflow. Then we've got our two returns here. So I've moved the return from there to there. The main reason is I need more room for the skimmer. So I needed to get rid of that return basically. So I filled it in with expanding foam. If you're wondering why I've got one there and one there, I actually originally did a video where I had a pipe that came out here like so, and we had the pump on the other side, but it's not always a great idea to have pipes running through your liner. So I just in the end decided, right, let's get rid of those two, and we'll fill that one in. So we'll have a return that shoots out here and a return that shoots out here. Essentially that's the returns that's going to happen. Basically the returns will be fed by the skimmer. So here we put in a brand new Yorkshire Koi skimmer. Originally I used some grey expanding foam. I'm using some Everbuild fix and fill foam. You know what, Everbuild stuff is fantastic. If you're ever after some good products from a good building company, Everbuild is the way to go. So at the moment I've sort of leveled this off, trying to get it level, fairly level, both ways, as you can see, both ways. And we've put this Yorkshire Koi skimmer in. It's my second one, but it has a unique fitting that screws in underneath it, that is supplied by Lee from Japanese Water Garden. Basically it screws into the bottom of the Yorkshire Koi skimmer, and you can fit other things to it because it's threaded, and it's actually quite useful, that. So that's essentially what I've been doing there. Just got to wait for that foam to go off, give it about an hour, and then it should be all right to take some of this stuff away and then just finish it off. So that's essentially what we've been up to, ladies and gentlemen. Obviously, as you can see, this is the shape. It gives you a rough idea, and what we'll probably do is have like a net that goes over that section there, and then we've got the deep section. My plan is to put the retro bottom drain here, and also put a fish cave here, just to protect the fish, just in case the heron comes back, which some people seem to think herons do come back. So unless you're able to get rid of it somehow, unfortunately it does seem to me that herons are becoming more of a problem than they used to be. So this is what it looks like on the inside. So you get an idea from a distance. That's more or less what we're at the moment. So let me know what you think. Is it big enough? I think it is. I don't think we need to go massive. It's massive in itself, in my opinion, but um, obviously, in comparison to other people's ponds, some of your ponds are massive. Jamie, the koi whisperer. He spent £20,000 on building his pond, his new one. The thing I've always said, now it's all right building a pond out of breeze block, but what happens when you want to move house? You know. So Nick Caven says it's 19.3 degree pond temp here in Driffield. Hey Driffield, hey Nick. I've been to Driffield a lot. Uh, my parents live over that way. Uh, Easy, big enough, mate. Yeah, cheers. Um, yeah. If anyone is local in sort of West Yorkshire area and you would fancy a pond visit, just hit me up and let me know, because I'm always up for doing pond visits. Um, if you don't already know, I've got a few pond visits on my channel. There's one, Peter Puddles and Koi Pond. I've done a few visits to his, but he's still in the process of building his massive pond. I've also been to Koi. I did a video on his pond. His pond's quite big, using some sort of vortex type filter. So yeah, there's a lot of people with ponds out there I'd love to visit. I sometimes go to koi shows. I have been in correspondence with Lee, the Japanese water garden store in Nottingham, and I've been communicating with him with the possibility of going over there and doing an interview with himself and a bit of a visit with his pond. Now, I don't know if many of you guys was on Gaz's koi pond last night, where you were donating money to him. Well, I just felt it was a bit cheeky, that, to be honest, because I don't remember him offering me anything. But it's up to you if you want to give your hard-earned cash to him, obviously. But he works full time. It's not like he's skint. I just felt like you made fun out of what happened with my fish, more or less, and then all these people want to give him money because his own heron attack. I just find it a bit strange, but it's up to you guys. If you want to do that, it's up to you. Remember, I'm doing a competition. If you can guess the literage in my pond, I'll do a giveaway. No idea what it'll end up being, but I think it'd be an interesting giveaway to figure out what the final literage will be in this pond. Let me know what you think, you guys over there in the YouTube world. How many litres do you think we'll get in there? Some people come up with some really huge figures, like Peter said something like 9,800 litres, and I think it's a bit too much. And then others were saying a moderate figure was around 5,000 litres, something like that. But we'll find out, obviously, when I start filling it up. So I've been looking around for prices of liners. Liners have massively increased in price. I'm trying to figure out if a 5 meter by 5 meter liner will fit, or whether I have to go to 6 meters, because we've got these corners, and corners on square ponds are notorious to figure out, because they're quite complicated and you have to do a lot of folds. Obviously you try and seal those folds up as much as possible. A lot of people don't like having liners that they have to fold over, because obviously you get trapped bacteria sometimes. But I think as long as you can seal up the folds really well, I don't think it's a major issue. So is there any other subject any you guys want to talk about while we're on here? Um, Let me know. It'd be interesting. Let's have a look. What people are saying in the chat. So life around the life around the koi pond says my pond is getting to 17.5 Celsius. UV bulbs are getting replaced this weekend. Nick Cairman again has said 19.3 degrees pond temp here in Driftfield. And that's all the comments I really have, nothing major. So, I suspect you guys are busy doing your ponds and enjoying it. So I'll leave it there. Just want to say thank you for coming on and checking out what I'm doing. I'll see you in another video. Have a nice day. Bye bye.